Los Angeles is home to millions of people looking for a healthier lifestyle. Well, look no more. Your World Today is here and is a show offering you a wide array of topics to improve your quality of life. From a healthier living to making smarter decisions. Welcome to Your World Today.
Hello and welcome. My name is Ofelia de la Torre. This is Your World Today. I'm so happy you can join us.
I'm Kerrigan Von Poli, and we are so thrilled that you can join us and learn with us today.
That's right. This show is about learning, isn't it?
There's a lot of information, and it's all important.
It's all important. So our first guest, her name is Jennifer Garland from White Memorial Medical Center. She is the stroke program coordinator. She's a PhD and an RN and I don't know how many other things. Jennifer, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Jennifer, let's start off with a very basic question. What is a stroke?
Okay. A stroke is also referred to as a brain attack. Sometimes we hear about heart attack. So
Right.
A stroke is a brain attack. And this is happening in the cerebral arteries in the blood vessels where we're having a blood clot form. Where another type of stroke, that's the most common type
Right.
of stroke, is the blood clot, the ischemic type of stroke. The other type of stroke we have is a hemorrhagic type of stroke, and this occurs when that cerebral artery will burst and break, and we have a hemorrhage.
Is this when people call it a brain hemorrhage or?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So they call that an intracranial hemorrhage, a brain hemorrhage. And this is a minority of types of stroke. So about 85% of strokes are actually ischemic in nature, so they're clot-based. And the other 15% are hemorrhagic in nature, so they're bleeding.
We hate clots.
Clots are bad, and so you said it's called ischemic. Could you go a little more into detail? What happens during an ischemic stroke?
So during an ischemic stroke, what happens is we have platelets. These are little parts of our blood that are tending to accumulate, and they form a clot. And what happens is when we form a clot in that artery, it interferes with the perfusion, and so those distal parts of our brain cells or neurons, they're not getting oxygen like they're supposed to, so they're not able to function the way they normally would. And that's when we are going to start to see stroke symptoms. So when they're not getting oxygen like they're used to getting, we're going to see symptoms like slurred speech, weakness and numbness in one part of the body, dizziness, altered level of consciousness, pain.
That's really important to
Yes.
know precisely what the symptoms are, so we can, I mean, it's equally important to recognize that you're having a stroke and to get care immediately. That can either mean you die or you live, right?
Right.
Jennifer, and maybe what you can do is show us a little bit about what regions in the brain on the model here that some of this is taking place.
Oh, sure. Okay, so here's our model brain. So this is our cerebrum, and then we have our cerebellum back here, our frontal lobes, parietal lobes, occipital lobes. So what's happening when we have an ischemic stroke is we have, so these are some blood vessels. So we'll have an ischemic stroke. We'll have a clot right here, and this is going to, this type of vessel will help feed these vessels down here. So that means that this distal brain tissue down here will be affected if we have a clot right here in this intersection. So depending on where in the brain our clot is traveling to, that's where we're going to see our symptoms occurring. So like in real estate, everything about the brain is location, location. So if it's in the occipital lobe, we might have vision deficits, or if it's on if it's on the left side, we're going to see right-sided deficits. So that's also really important. Is that
What about when people get numb, half of their face or half of their body? Is that because of that?
Yes, exactly. So the right side of the brain controls the left side of the body, and vice versa. So, so if someone has a right-sided deficit, then we have a clot on the left side of the brain, usually.
And so different parts of the brain are controlling different parts of our body,
Exactly.
and that'll show in the symptoms that a person's having.
Exactly. So just to, so this is our cerebellum. We open our brain up a little bit. So we have our left and right hemispheres. This is our pons in our midbrain. That controls our breathing and sleeping and wake cycles. So depending on where that stroke is, that's where we're going to see these symptoms manifest.
I wanted to ask you, strokes don't happen by chance.
They usually don't. That's absolutely right. So there are a lot of risk factors associated with stroke that we understand very well. And some of these are really common types of things, such as hypertension, having hyperlipidemia or high cholesterol, being overweight, not exercising, smoking. Those types of things
all those
are
things
all risk
that we already
factors.
know.
Things that are largely preventative too.
Of course, and we keep on doing them even though we know it's bad. Anyway, so I want to go back a little bit to the symptoms and how at what point we say, oh, I need to call 911.
What's a first sign?
Right.
That's really important.
Here, I'll take your brain.
Thank you.
Jennifer.
So the onset of symptoms is very important as far as getting treatment and calling 911. So every minute that goes by when a patient is having a stroke, we're losing 1 to 2 million neurons per minute. So time is brain. And the sooner we call 911 and get medical attention, the better. So we want to call 911 and seek treatment immediately after those signs have started to develop. And I think the biggest barrier is when someone has minor symptoms, such as just a little bit of numbness, tingling. A lot of people think, oh, this is temporary, this is going to resolve itself, and they won't seek treatment. And so that's really important.
We're going to go further into detail of what happens after you get taken to the hospital right after.
We're going to go to a quick break. Make sure you stay with us. This is important information.
It is.
And this is Your World Today.
Do you have questions about your health insurance coverage under Obamacare? Are you confused about Medi-Cal and Medicare dual coverage? Are you worried you won't be able to keep your doctor? Our friendly counselors at White Memorial Medical Center's new Community Information Center understand your concerns and can enroll you in coverage that meets your needs. We are here Monday through Friday to answer all of your questions. We invite you to come and visit our Community Information Center at White Memorial and let us help you.
We're excited to tell you about our website, yourworldtoday.tv.
Take a look. Find out more information about Your World Today's guests, topics, and more. We'll see you there at yourworldtoday.tv. The Martinez family is about to change. Mariana passed her driver license test and the family has been budgeting for a new car. That's why they trust in the SCE Credit Union See You at the Wheel auto buying program. Saving time and money with concierge level service, delivering the exact car her family selected without going to a dealership, and they get a great rate on their auto loan. SCE Federal Credit Union has been helping families finance their dreams since 1952.
This segment is brought to you by White Memorial Medical Center.
Welcome back. This is Your World Today. We're going to continue our conversation with Jennifer Garland about strokes, stroke health, stroke prevention.
And we were talking precisely about at what point we call 911 to save our life and we're having a stroke.
Very important.
Okay, so
what are those symptoms?
So we're talking about signs and symptoms for stroke. One of the most common acronyms we like to use is FAST. So FAST is face, arm weakness, slurred speech, and T is for time. So
of the essence.
Yes, time is of the essence. So every minute that goes by when we're having a stroke, 1 to 2 million neurons are dying. and we're not able to get those neurons functioning again, they're lost to us. So time is of the essence. So we want to call 911 immediately. So if you notice these symptoms in yourself, in a friend or family member, call 911 immediately so we can take you to a stroke center.
Fast, and we've done it fast, and now we've called 911. What are we doing until the ambulance arrives?
Okay, so as far as stroke first aid, you want to make sure you remain with your family member, and also if you know what is their health history, if you know what those medications are that they're taking, we want to make sure that we relay that to the ambulance, and if a family member can come with them to the hospital, that would be great.
Now, we shouldn't smother the person and hug them and get all crazy, I imagine.
No, you want to support your loved one, of course, but we to remember kind of the medical history, stay calm, try to support them, help them.
So Jennifer,
help them try to rest.
This takes us to our next question, and it's probably my favorite question, other than the symptoms question.
Okay.
And so you're en route to a hospital.
Yes.
What is the importance of what hospital you go to?
Okay. Very, very good question. The importance of going to a stroke center is going to make a huge difference in the stroke care that the patient will be able to receive. So at a stroke center, they have specially trained nurses, physicians, everyone in the hospital has been trained.
It's a qualified place for strokes, for dealing with strokes.
Right. So everyone from the laboratory to transportation to radiology, all across the hospital, everyone has received special training to be able to take care of stroke patients, and they understand the time essence. So they know that every minute that there's a delay, they know that this can make a difference in that person's life. So everybody's ready, mobilized at a stroke center. When a patient comes into the ER, the team's ready. The team is ready to assess that patient, work them up as quickly as possible, and to be able to determine if they're a candidate for a treatment for stroke, which is tissue plasminogen activator, or TPA.
And we're so happy to say that White Memorial is. I mean, these guys, here I go.
They're good at what they do, aren't they?
White Memorial, oh my God. These guys are the best of the best of the best, and they are a stroke center. I'm so proud of that.
And there's a couple of bullet points that I think are important for people to recognize, so we're going to go over those too. So Jennifer, if you can tell us a couple, identify, reduce, you could go into that a little more.
It's up on our screen, so people can see that. And this is very, very important information that you should probably take it to heart.
Yes, this is really important for us to share with our community, to be able to review and identify your own risk, and that means looking at your risk factors. Those risk factors are having hypertension, having hyperlipidemia or high cholesterol, being diabetic, those types of things. So managing those risk factors and taking your medications as your doctor recommends will help to modify those risk factors. And also taking lifestyle changes too.
Number 2?
So lifestyle changes, exercising, if exercising several times a week,
of course.
Eating better, eating more fruits and vegetables,
you
fish
sound like
and nuts.
me talking to my husband.
Yes, yes. So these are all, important risk factor modifications, and then of course recognizing and understanding what those stroke signs and symptoms are, and understanding what that FAST acronym is. So once again, face, arm weakness, slurred speech, and then time.
Jennifer, thank you so much for that information. I'm memorizing what FAST means, and I challenge everyone out there to do the same.
Important information.
Very important. So proud of this show.
And I'm proud of White Memorial Medical Center. We're going to talk a little bit about an exciting new technology that they have. Xenex robots.
What's that?
White Memorial is the only place that has 3 of them. And,
really?
Well, we're going to learn what they are.
Oh, how exciting. Let's watch.
This is an ultraviolet disinfection system by Xenex, commonly called the Germ Zapping Robot. This converts electricity into ultraviolet light, band C, and it disinfects whatever it might hit. No chemical disinfecting. What it does is it breaks down DNA and keeps them from reproducing, ultimately destroying the germ. And this is what we're using in our patient rooms, effective today, using ultraviolet light in patient rooms, bathrooms, and surgical suites to cut back on to prevent infections. One of our targets is C. diff. C. diff in many communities is a killer. We also have MRSA, we have VRE, and of course now there's a lot of work being done with Ebola because that's a tremendous concern for the entire world. When we find out that there's an area that needs this special disinfecting, one of my housekeepers is dispatched with the machine to that particular room. It doesn't look like this when it's rolling down the hallway. This is compressed down below. Once the housekeeper positions it in the room that we're targeting, they turn it on, the housekeeper will go behind the door, this mushroom-looking dome will come up, and behind these vents right here, there is ultraviolet light band C being created. It emits it throughout the room, it bounces off walls, bounces back from glass, bounces from the floor to cover shadow areas, cover every nook and cranny of the room. It's such a step forward for the community that White Memorial has gone through the time and the expense of purchasing 3 of these machines. Over-the-top disinfecting system is really going to make a difference in the hospital, with the patients, with the staff, and with the community.
Whoa!
Wow, those things are really cool. And they look like R2-D2 from Star Wars.
Major Star Wars flashbacks.
I think they're really cool.
Wow.
Well, make
Okay.
sure you stay with us, because after the break, we're going to go to a conversation that Ofelia had with our friends at SCE Credit Union.
It's real important stuff, so
Stay with us.
stay with us. Do you have questions about your health insurance coverage under Obamacare? Are you confused about Medi-Cal and Medicare dual coverage? Are you worried you won't be able to keep your doctor? Our friendly counselors at White Memorial Medical Center's new Community Information Center understand your concerns and can enroll you in coverage that meets your needs. We are here Monday through Friday to answer all of your questions. We invite you to come and visit our Community Information Center at White Memorial and let us help you.
We're excited to tell you about our website, yourworldtoday.tv.
Take a look. Find out more information about Your World Today's guests, topics, and more. We'll see you there at yourworldtoday.tv. The Martinez family is about to change. Mariana passed her driver license test and the family has been budgeting for a new car. That's why they trust in the SCE Credit Union See You at the Wheel auto buying program. Saving time and money with concierge level service, delivering the exact car her family selected without going to a dealership, and they get a great rate on their auto loan. SCE Federal Credit Union has been helping families finance their dreams since 1952.
This segment is brought to you by SCE Federal Credit Union.
Welcome back. This is Your World Today, and I'm in the great company of Abby Ulm. She's manager for the Center of Financial Empowerment for SCE Federal Credit Union. Welcome, Abby.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
So you're going to tell us how to live a healthy financial lifestyle. How do we reach that goal?
Well,
I'm very interested to know.
financial health just means being able to balance spending with saving for financial goals and managing credit wisely.
It doesn't sound like this just happens by itself. How do we get there?
No, it doesn't happen by accident. You really have to spend some time and put some thought into creating a financial plan for your money.
Can someone who doesn't have a lot of money make it?
Absolutely. It's really not about how much money you have available, but really how you use it. So even someone with a small income can reach financial goals and actually begin to build wealth if they manage what they have wisely.
Well, tell us about some of those financial goals that we need to set for ourselves.
Well, everyone has dreams, and most of those dreams cost money. So maybe your dream is to buy a home, or to help your child pay for college, or to be able to retire and live comfortably. So creating a budget is simply putting action steps to your dreams so that they're goals and you can reach them.
And probably the hardest thing to do is to create a budget and stick to it. Help us, how can we do that?
Well, it's always important to put it down on paper so that you can see it and it's not just in your head. A lot of people say it's in my head and it's harder to stick to it that way.
Well, if you're like me, I don't remember what I did 10 minutes ago.
Exactly.
So I guess it is important to write it down and stick to it and be checking off goal by goal.
Yes,
That'll help you?
Yes, and that really encourages you to keep going too. When you do reach those goals, it helps you feel like you've accomplished something.
Is staying on track half of the job?
It is. It's one thing to create a plan, but to actually stick to it is really the second part.
And I know it's very, very difficult. Are there tools available to keep us on track or to just enlighten us?
Yes, there are a lot of tools that are available online. And also, SCE Federal Credit Union members have access to financial training, even one-on-one financial counseling that is available for free to them.
So it's like kicking the habit, no? We have to hit rock bottom to create good habits. How do we create good habits?
Well, it's always really smart to periodically check your spending and where it's going. Most people spend a little here, a little there, on little things that seem insignificant, but they really add up over time. So if you can check where your money's going periodically, you could probably be saving money that you could redirect to your financial goals.
So maybe writing what we spend and maybe this gives us a big picture of like, oh my God, these lattes or what have you, right?
The lattes, yes,
right?
the eating out, all the extra little things, and just checking every item on your budget from time to time and make sure that those things that you're spending money on are really lining up with what you say is your priority.
So tell us, how does having credit or a credit card fit into acquiring this dream of having a healthy lifestyle,
well,
financial lifestyle?
Credit it's neither good nor bad. It's all how you use it. And so really what we need to be thinking about is anytime we take on a credit payment, we're saying no to something else. So we need to evaluate if we're going to get an extra car loan payment, let's say, then that money is not going to be going to your retirement plan or to saving for that family vacation that you want. So it's all a give and take, and just remembering that what we're giving up when we're taking on extra credit payments.
And Abby, a lot of people have bad credit. Is it too late for them?
It's never too late. That's the wonderful thing, is that it's never too late. Creating healthy plans and sticking to a budget is the first part of that. Creating a plan for your money, sticking to a budget, making credit payments on time, over time, you can repair credit.
Well, that's good to know. Tell us, what do we do if we need more help, or we need more tools, or can we call you? What do we do?
Absolutely. I would say the best thing to do is to become a member of SCE Federal Credit Union, because it's very simple to get started with the credit union, and then you have access to all kinds of tools, advice, counseling, and financial accounts that really are going to help you get to your goals.
So counseling to have a healthy financial lifestyle is very good.
Yeah.
Thank you for that information,
You're
Abby.
welcome.
We'll see you soon, hopefully.
Thank you.
And don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
This segment was brought to you by SCE Federal Credit Union.
The Martinez family is about to change. Mariana passed her driver license test, and the family has been budgeting for a new car. That's why they trust in the SCE Credit Union See You at the Wheel auto buying program, saving time and money with concierge-level service, delivering the exact car her family selected without going to a dealership, and they get a great rate on their auto loan. SCE Federal Credit Union has been helping families finance their dreams since 1952. Do you have questions about your health insurance coverage under Obamacare? Are you confused about Medi-Cal and Medicare dual coverage? Are you worried you won't be able to keep your doctor? Our friendly counselors at White Memorial Medical Center's new Community Information Center understand your concerns and can enroll you in coverage that meets your needs. We are here Monday through Friday to answer all of your questions. We invite you to come and visit our Community Information Center at White Memorial and let us help you.
This segment is brought to you by White Memorial Medical Center.
Welcome back. This is Your World Today. We're going to now talk to our friends from NPCollege.
And the big boss is here today, Charles Mugredechian.
Hello.
He is the Director of Operations of NPCollege. He's a phenomenal person, a great guy, a great professional. And so welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Welcome, Charles.
Pleasure. Appreciate it.
I know you've been very, very busy with all these new changes and additions. And tell us about it's exciting times at NPCollege.
Well, the college, as you know, we've been around for over 18 years, and we've enjoyed very good success with our students going through their training and getting jobs and so on. But what we've started to do is branch out a little bit more and helping those who really need help that haven't had a high school diploma or a GED, or maybe have English skills that need to be worked on. So we have been starting to really emphasize ESL programs, for people, our professionals that don't maybe have a high school diploma here in the United States or need a GED. We have GED preparation classes, and we're working on a high school, a accredited high school in our program for those people here in the United States that want to move forward and get prepared for a career.
Wow. A lot of options for a lot of different people, it sounds like.
Or putting a lot of fires out.
Yeah.
Well, there is a lot of need out there. We just want to make sure people know what we have available to them. If you're here in the United States and you need English to help you find a good job, if you need a high school diploma or a GED to help you find a good job, or to move forward in other kind of career training, we have all those pieces of that puzzle for you. And so you can call us, we can step you through that process, whatever you need, and we want to make sure that the community is serviced by our school, by our professionals, our great teachers that we have.
You know, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to ask a little bit about people getting help with those things, but...
Well, I'm just very excited because talking off camera with Charles, you know, if I were a student, I would certainly go to NPCollege because they're working on transferring units, which is great.
That's a big thing. As a nationally accredited school, we have opportunities to work with other colleges and universities to get some of our credits transferable. We're working on a project right now where we will be, most of our general education courses will be transferable in the future. But that's a big project where students can then transfer to the UC and Cal State University
Exciting
programs.
stuff.
And that's important because
That's
you've
exciting.
taken the classes, you want to make sure that they count, right?
That's right.
So what courses does NPCollege offer?
Well, we have a good variety. Some short courses that we have are simple as short as phlebotomy technician, hemodialysis technician. We have some longer courses as medical assistant, diagnostic medical sonography, which is ultrasound.
They should call you for details.
Absolutely,
And there's
a
probably
lot.
lots to choose from, so...
Thank you, Charles. Thank you so much
Appreciate
for
it very much.
being with us.
Well, here we are at the end of another show. We want to make sure that everybody visits our new website at
That's right.
www.yourworldtoday.tv.
Make sure to look us up and give us your comments. We're there. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.